Hello, welcome to this GED exam preparation class. I am your host and instructor, Ruben Herrera. And on this lesson, my friends, we are going to learn about graphing lines. Okay, this is going to be just a little bit hard and confusing. Okay, but do not worry, my friends, you're going to be okay. Let us go ahead and get started. Okay, so first of all, you guys are going to be given a coordinate plane that looks like something like this. Very nice. And then they're going to give you an equation. This is what your equations are going to look like. Notice that in this equation you have not one but two different variables. However, our first job is going to be to find out what is the value for the one of the variables. Okay. So now the value for one of the variables is going to be already given to you, okay? And it's going to be given to you on a little table or box that looks like this. So notice right here that they're giving us right here the value of x. So our job is going to be to find out what is the value for y. And we're going to have to find three different values of y depending of what the value of x is. And now this is what we have, three different values of x, and we're gonna have to substitute the value of x three times, and each different time as a result we're gonna have a different value for y. Okay, so let us go ahead and do this. This is going to be our first job. So the first thing that I'm going to do to resolve this, I'm going to substitute the value of x, I'm sorry, by the first value right here on the box. The first value right here is 0. So I'm going to rewrite my equation, and I'm going to substitute the value of x, or I'm going to substitute the x for a 0. And then I'm going to go ahead and perform or to solve for this equation, in this case the value of y. So I have that y is equals to 3 minus 2 times 0. And okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to perform for these two because the order of operation says that we have to do our multiplication first. Number two, we need to get ready of the value of x, figured it out the value of x. Okay, so 2 times 0 is equals to 0. So therefore, y is equals to 3 minus 0. And therefore, since I'm not taking anything away from the 3, y is equals to 3. So therefore, I can say that when x is equals to 0, y is equals to 3. And then on this little box right here, I'm going to write the value, I'm going to write my number 3 right here, the value of 3. Very nice. Okay, we're going to have to do this two more times, and we're going to do it now substituting the x for 1 and then substituting the x for 2. Okay, so I'm going to take my equation again, the way I had it the first time, and this time I'm going to substitute the value of x for 1. Okay, so now my equation is going to look something like this. Okay, I'm going to remember that these two, my friends, these two are multiplying. I think I forgot to mention this at the beginning. I apologize. So we know already that these two are multiplying. So in this case, I'm going to multiply the 2 times 1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply 2 times 1 is equals to 2. Okay, and a positive times a negative, because this negative makes this 2 negative, is going to be a negative. So I have now that y is equals to 3 minus 2. And 3 minus 2 is equals to 1. So therefore, y is equals to 1. And also I can say that when x is equals to 1, y is equals to 1 as well. Very nice. Based on the value of x. Very nice. Let us do the last step in here of our box. Right here. Now we're going to substitute the value of x for 2. So I'm going to go back and rewrite my equation. Notice that I rewrite my equation right here just all over again, because I like to, well, for teaching purposes, I like to dissect, and I like to show the process of that problem so that it's easier for you to understand, my friends. And also for me because it makes me feel good. I mean, I feel more secure about what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm going to substitute the value of x for 2. So now right here, this is what my equation is going to look like. Y is equals to 3 minus 2 times 2. Okay, and 2 times 2 is equals to 4. A negative and a positive is equals to a negative. So now I have that y is equals to 3 minus 4. So remember, I got this minus 4 right here because I multiplied this 2 times 2. Therefore, now I can tell that y is equals to 3 minus 4. And 3 minus 4 is equals to negative 1. Okay, remember the number line rules? Okay, very nice. So therefore, I can tell that when x is equals to 2, y is going to be equals to minus 1. Very nice. Okay. Now, once I have my little box right here filled, notice, my friends, that this right here, if you concentrate on looking at these numbers, this actually, what do this look like? Yeah, it looks like ordered pairs or like coordinates. Now I have one more job to do. We're still not done. We're still not off the hook. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna plot these coordinates or these ordered pairs. I'm gonna plot them, and when I plot them, if I did all this correctly, I should be able to draw a straight line across all these three coordinates. So let us go ahead and do the first one right here. 0 comma 3, that is 0 for the x and positive 3 for the y. So I'm going to plot that coordinate, and it's going to be right here. Very nice. You see that? Okay, let us go ahead and plot the next coordinate. Is 1 comma 1, so this one positive 1, and I'm going to plot that right here. Very nice, very nice. And last but not least, the last coordinate right here is going to be positive 2 minus 1, and I'm going to plot that right here, my friends. You see? Notice that I am able to draw a straight line across all my coordinates. If I am able to do this, that means that all these operations that I did right here in my table are correct. And this is, my friends, how you graph lines, okay, on the coordinate plane. Okay, so I have also one more thing that I need to show you, my friends. On your GED exam, okay, they might give you a equation that looks like this with a fraction. And the way we read this is y is equals to 1 half or 1 over 2 times x plus 3. And what we are actually being asked to do is that we're actually just going to do half of whatever value of x is. And how do we halve the value of x? It's very simple. Just by multiplying whatever value of x times 0.5. Okay, and this is just a quick note for you because on your book you have some examples that look like this, and on your GED exam you may have an example that looks like this, and I don't want you guys to be scared like, oh my god, I have fractions now, so what am I supposed to do? Not to be afraid, my friends, not be afraid. So all they're asking you to do on this just multiply the whatever value of x you have, or you're going to substitute it for, multiply it times 0.5, or you can also divide it by 2, and it will give you the same result. Okay, my friends, thank you very much for being here. Thank you so much for taking this lesson, and you guys have a great day.